Let's suppose somebody's watching this and say, I want to be like Mr. Dangote. I want to be a successful businessman in Africa. What are the attributes, or anywhere, what are the attributes that you think you have brought to the table which make you successful? Is it intelligence, hard work, persistence, all of those things? What would you say are the most important attributes?
I think the most important one, number one, David, if you are going into any business, you must understand the business A to Z. You must know that business. You shouldn't just go and invest because somebody now will say, okay, hey, you know, there's good money in cement, then you go and jump into cement. You have to understand the business in and out. And that's the difference with me. I know my business in and out. You can wake me up any time and ask me about fertilizer, ask me about anything that we are doing. And the other one is really to work very hard, and you have to have the tenacity of continuing to, you have some hiccups here and there, but you have to be focused in terms of what you are doing.
Now, I've known you for a while, and I never seem to get you to yell or scream, or you seem very low key. You don't use the technique of yelling and screaming at people, or you're just very low key and even keeled. To what do you attribute that, or am I wrong?
I think, no, you're not wrong. That's my nature. I'm very quiet, and I'm very, very calm. I get upset sometimes when people try to be, either to outsmart me or I don't like people who will not tell me the truth. I always like people to look at me through, and tell me the truth.
So are you investing any in the United States?
We are going to start investing, in the United States just after this project. We want to open a family office, both in New York and in London. We already have an office in London which has been operating for the last 30 years. So we want to turn part of that, as a family office so that we can diversify the wealth. As you know, I've discussed this with you before, where, sometimes in Africa you have issues of devaluation, so we want to really preserve some of the family's wealth.
Right. Now, sometimes wealthy people, they collect art, they collect cars, they collect other things, or what, some of your wealth that you're not using for philanthropy, what do you do with it? Do you collect, are you a collector of things, or?
I'm not really a collector of arts, anytime when I have excess money, I like to put more in terms of charity. I don't really have very expensive lifestyle.
And the great pleasure of your life is just building your company and then giving away extra money?
That's my greatest pleasure in life.
Welcome to Marco's Finance Solutions. Today we are unpacking pure gold from Africa's richest man, Mr. Aliko Dangote. So if you ever said you want to be successful in business, this episode is for you. So let's dive in and see what makes Mr. Aliko Dangote to take. So I have 5 points which I want to table in. So these points will help in terms of entrepreneurship, in terms of those who want to start their own business. So one of the major points you draw from somebody like Mr. Aliko Dangote is mastery of the business. You master your business from point A to Z. So we find that so many youths in the world, they dive into business without knowing their business, without mastering their business. And the saddest part is they actually fail. So before you dive into that business, you have to do market research, you have to do trend analysis, you have to talk to people who are on the ground, people who are actually doing the business. They'll give you insights on how the markets operate, on how the business environment in that particular niche actually operates. Now, before now you start your business, you actually know the way the market operates in that particular area, then you can start. The second point which I want to bring it is tenacity and hard work. As an entrepreneur, you have to be tenacious enough and hardworking enough, by knowing that there will be hiccups here and there, but you cannot give up at any point. The third point I want to bring out is emotionally intelligence and leadership. As an entrepreneur, you have to be emotionally intelligent and you have to bring in the aspect of leadership. You find that Mr. Aliko Dangote is always a very calm guy. So when you are calm, you are able to visualize things. You are able to be strategic enough to operate in the business environment. If you are somebody now, you've started a business now, you want to bring in 2 or 3 employees. First aspect you have to note, you have to employ out of honesty. And if you want to bring in partners, you have to employ honest partners. Avoid the yes people and the fake people. The fourth point which I want to bring in is global diversification and wealth preservation. You find that Mr. Dangote goes to open businesses in the US, in the United Kingdom. This is mainly to preserve his currency devaluation. You find that so many African markets, the currency actually devalues. Sometimes shillings devalues and the dollar rises. The shillings devalues and the euros rises. So even if you don't have that much wealth at your portfolio, this point actually is advanced level of financial management. But you can also do it with a little finance, even if you want. You have one US your dollar to 10k US dollars. You can always invest in crypto if you are a crypto guy. You can invest in investments like Bamboo to enable. Bamboo actually will give you global diversification. So also you can diversify your wealth internally into your country so that you can have a portfolio of wealth. So the final point is philanthropism for luxury. You find that so many youths, when they have learned to that money, so many young entrepreneurs, when they have learned into that money, they buy expensive cars, they do throw expensive parties, and the rest of the things. You find that Aliko Dangote, the richest man in Africa, when he has excess money, he gives it to charity. It's very important that you know that he gives it to charity. As a young entrepreneur, you have to develop aspects of philanthropism. Give to charity. Go to children's home, donate books, empower them in terms of talks. Also give to the poor. Assist in developments, let's say developments of even church, if you are a church guy. So if you are someone who wants to grow, you have to give to charity. It's very important. You'll build a legacy and impact in the long run. So finally, I want to draw some takeaways from Aliko Dangote's mindset. The first thing, you have to master your business. The second thing, you have to be tenacious enough. The third thing, you have to operate with calmness. That's where emotional intelligence comes in. and also leadership. The fourth thing, you have to preserve your wealth. When you are preserving your wealth, now you broaden your diversification. You preserve your wealth against the currency devaluation. The final thing, you have to spend within your means. It's very important that you don't overspend. Money is very funny. Today you will have money, tomorrow you don't have. So when you are spending it anyhow, you might not even have money in the next hour. You might have 100,000 right now. In the next 2 minutes, it's all gone. So as a young entrepreneur, as a young business person, as a starter, I would urge you to develop the aspect of giving to charity. You don't necessarily need to be a billionaire to give to charity. You can give little by little whatever you have to empower others. If you want to be like somebody like Mr. Aliko Dangote in the future, you have to act like it. Adopt the system and the mindset of people like Aliko Dangote, people like Elon Musk. Start to learn about them. Start to know exactly what they are doing that you are not doing. Come to self-realization and evaluate yourself. So if you have learned something from our analysis and our talk, give this a video thumb up, like, and most importantly, comment so that we may know where to develop and where to add more it. You've been watching Marcos Finance Solutions, and thank you once again. May Almighty God bless you.